You are being lied to about what happens when you close your eyes. For decades, modern medicine has sold us the illusion that sleep is merely a biological pause, a passive state where the brain powers down and the body simply rests. But the ancient healers, the desert mystics, and the temple priests knew a profound and devastating truth that we have tragically forgotten. Sleep is not a pause. It is an aggressive, highly orchestrated state of biological resurrection. When the sun falls and darkness claims the earth, your body does not rest. It goes to war against the decay of time, activating a hidden, sacred protocol of reconstruction that the ancients called the night labor. This nocturnal alchemy, the literal stitching together of torn muscle, fractured cells, and fragmented memories, was never meant to be fueled by nothing. The ancients understood that the body requires specific, divine materials to perform this miraculous rebuilding. Welcome to Lone Oak Remedies, where we unearth the forgotten wisdom of the earth to heal the modern soul. Tonight, we journey deep into the shadowed archives of biblical texts, lost Egyptian medical pottery, and the whispered traditions of early monastic healers to reveal the 10 holy herbs. Plants so potent and spiritually charged that they were believed to be the breath of the Creator trapped in root, leaf, and resin. These are the forgotten keys that, when consumed before the descent into sleep, turn your bed into an altar of cellular renewal. To comprehend the sheer magnitude of these sacred medicines, we must first look to the Syrian rue, a plant shrouded in esoteric mystery and documented in the oldest botanical compendiums of the Middle East as the guardian of the heart's rhythm. In the modern era, our nervous systems are chronically inflamed, battered by artificial light and the unrelenting stress of survival. We carry this electric tension into our beds, crippling the body's ability to enter the deepest, most restorative phases of sleep. The ancients utilized Syrian rue not as a sedative, but as a spiritual anchor. As the first wave of sleep washes over the mind, the profound alkaloids within this holy plant begin a subtle, masterfully choreographed dance with the nervous system. It gently commands the heart rate to slow and expands the microscopic capillaries throughout the body. This is a vital mechanical action. By opening the circulatory pathways, the Syrian rue allows oxygen-rich, nutrient-dense blood to flood the deepest, most oxygen-starved recesses of your organs. It acts as the biological plow, breaking up the hardened soil of the day's physical trauma and flushing out the spiritual and cellular toxins that have accumulated. It prepares the inner landscape for the seeds of profound repair that are about to be sown in the darkness. Moving deeper into the ancient medicinal texts, we encounter the silver-leafed sage, reverently referred to in monastic apothecary traditions as sacra herba, the sacred herb. While our muscles repair themselves in the physical realm, our brains undergo a miraculous, fluid-driven process that modern science now calls the glymphatic system, a high-pressure wash that clears away the toxic cellular debris that causes cognitive decline. The ancients, lacking microscopes, visualized this as purifying the temple of the mind. They recognized that sage possessed an extraordinary ability to preserve the mind's clarity. Modern chemistry has only recently confirmed that the compounds in silver-leafed sage actively inhibit the enzymes that ruthlessly break down essential neurotransmitters like acetylcholine. By introducing the essence of this holy herb into the blood before rest, the mind is tethered to a state of profound lucidity even as consciousness fades. It is as if this sacred plant stands as an armed guard at the gates of the subconscious, ensuring that the chaotic stress hormones of the waking world do not breach the walls and interrupt the brain's architectural refinement. The sage ensures the mind is washed clean, allowing the hormonal system to safely trigger the massive release of growth hormones required for total body rejuvenation. As the moon traces its path across the midnight sky, the body's focus shifts from the mind to its foundational pillars, requiring a structural reinforcement found in the golden tears of the frankincense tree. This resin, utilized in the most sacred and heavily guarded of biblical anointing rituals, is far more than a ceremonial incense. It is a biological powerhouse containing highly complex boswellic acids that serve as the master architects of cellular integrity. In the profound stillness of the darkest hours of sleep, when the body's temperature drops, these compounds silently move through the joints, the cartilage, and the delicate lining of the gut. They aggressively hunt down and suppress the destructive fires of systemic inflammation, the very fires that cause the human body to age, rust, and degenerate prematurely. To the ancient physicians, the application of frankincense was known as the soothe of the spirit, a physical manifestation of divine peace that literally rebuilds the scaffolding of your physical form while you are entirely unaware. The resin does not merely mask the pain of a failing body. It penetrates the cellular walls and encourages the DNA to replicate with a pristine precision that mimics the untainted vitality of youth. Flowing seamlessly from the structural integrity of the bones and joints, our nocturnal journey brings us to the crimson hawthorn. Within the rich tapestry of traditional herbal lore, deeply rooted in the ancient European forests, the hawthorn was universally recognized as the plant of the open heart. While the world outside is cloaked in darkness and your physical movements have ceased, the hawthorn works tirelessly to strengthen the very engine of your existence. It possesses a unique, almost miraculous ability to gently dilate the coronary arteries without artificially spiking the heart rate. This ensures that as your breathing naturally shallows during deep REM sleep, your oxygen delivery remains absolutely optimal. Every single cell, from the cortex of your brain to the marrow of your bones, is continually bathed in life-giving, oxygenated blood. This silent sentinel accelerates the healing of the microscopic tears in your muscle fibers caused by the day's physical exertion, and it breathes life back into the dermal layers of your skin. It ensures that the rhythm of the heart remains a steady, powerful, and unyielding drumbeat, silently preparing the physical vessel for the brutal demands of the coming day. But what of the hidden, silent organs that bear the suffocating weight of our modern, toxic existence? For this, the ancient apothecaries turned to the blessed thistle. Dedicated to the Virgin Mary in medieval European lore for its perceived ability to cure the incurable, this striking plant holds a profound secret. Its true, devastating power lies in its intimate relationship with the liver, the body's primary alchemist and the hardest working filter in the human machine. During the deepest, most paralyzed phases of sleep, the active compounds in the blessed thistle aggressively stimulate the production of bile and the rapid regeneration of dying liver cells. It initiates a spiritual and physical scouring of the blood, stripping away the heavy metals, the artificial chemicals, and the dietary impurities that we unknowingly consume. The ancients referred to this as removing the gall of bitterness, an understanding that physical toxicity was intrinsically linked to emotional stagnation. When blessed thistle is active in your system during rest, you do not simply wake up rested. Your internal slate has been ruthlessly wiped clean, your blood purified by an invisible, ancient hand. Venturing further into the damp, shadowed realms of ancient forest medicine, we uncover the reishi mushroom. Revered for thousands of years as the mushroom of immortality in Eastern imperial courts, it was also secretly utilized by early desert mystics for its profound grounding properties. Reishi is not merely a plant. It is a biological bridge between the physical flesh and the ethereal energy of the earth. As you drift into the void of sleep, the reishi fungi begin a highly complex modulation of your immune system. It trains your internal defenses, teaching your white blood cells to intelligently recognize and quietly dismantle invading pathogens, mutated cells, and rogue viruses before they can establish a foothold. This is the ultimate shield of the night, an impenetrable biological fortress erected while your conscious ego is completely defenseless. By neutralizing these microscopic threats in the dark, reishi ensures that the massive amounts of biological energy usually wasted on fighting off low-grade illness are instead forcefully redirected toward the growth of new, vibrant, indestructible cells throughout your entire body. As the long night progresses toward the quiet transition of early morning, the nervous system often flickers, haunted by the lingering, phantom anxieties of the previous day. To combat this dangerous disruption of the sleep cycle, the ancients fiercely guarded the secret of the valerian root. Known throughout the Middle Ages as all-heal, its pungent, earthy aroma was famously believed to drive away malevolent spirits. Yet, its true, measurable magic lies in its chemical architecture. The compounds within valerian root bind seamlessly to the exact receptors in the human brain that signal absolute safety and unwavering security. By artificially inducing a state of profound calm and completely shutting down the evolutionary fight or flight response during the final, critical cycles of rest, valerian allows the body to successfully complete its most complex and demanding hormonal tasks. It guarantees the uninterrupted release of the specific hormones essential for restoring bone density, repairing nerve damage, and consolidating memory. It is the final, unbreakable seal on the night's strenuous labor. We must then acknowledge the profound power of the golden thread of ancient medicine, turmeric. Utilized for millennia in the sacred Ayurvedic and Middle Eastern healing traditions, its primary active compound, curcumin, acts as the ultimate master regulator of the human ecosystem. While the other holy herbs focus their energy on specific organs or systems, the golden thread moves through the entire vascular network like a silent, cleansing fire. It actively hunts down localized areas of extreme oxidative stress and rapidly neutralizes the free radicals that tear our cells apart. It acts as a soothing, restorative glaze over the entirety of the night's violent microscopic reconstruction. It smooths out the rough, jagged edges of systemic inflammation, ensuring that when the sun finally breaks the horizon, the transition from the paralysis of sleep to the demanding motion of wakefulness is fluid, painless, and completely devoid of the stiffness that plagues the modern man. As we approach the absolute twilight of our nocturnal journey, we encounter myrrh, the bitter, resinous companion to frankincense. In antiquity, myrrh was the most fiercely sought after, expensive, and powerful antiseptic and wound healer on the face of the earth. Its introduction into the sleeping body focuses entirely on fortifying the external barriers, the skin, the mucosal linings of the gut, and the delicate tissues of the gums. As you sleep, myrrh actively knits together the microscopic, invisible wounds and fissures that compromise our physical boundaries. It fortifies the outer temple, ensuring that the harshness of the waking environment, the pollutants in the air, and the microscopic invaders on our skin cannot penetrate the sanctum of the body. Finally, as the first hints of dawn threaten to break the darkness, we look to the hyssop. Revered as the ultimate herb of purgation and spiritual cleansing, it was immortalized in the Psalms. Hyssop focuses its immense power on the respiratory system. It works relentlessly in the final hours of sleep to clear the lungs, break down hardened mucus, and open the deep sinus cavities. As you take your final, slow breaths of the night, hyssop ensures that your physical vessel is primed, clear, and ready to inhale the first pure light of the new day with a clear, resonant, and powerful breath. These 10 holy herbs represent a forgotten, sacred covenant between humanity and the fierce, healing power of the natural world. They stand as a testament to the truth that true healing is never an aggressive act of chemical warfare against the body, but a quiet, nocturnal ritual of profound surrender and biological restoration. By intentionally aligning our nightly rest with the ancient chemical signatures of these sacred plants, we bypass modern pharmaceutical illusions and tap directly into a wellspring of raw vitality that has sustained the prophets, the warriors, and the great healers of antiquity. The knowledge has been preserved in the roots, the resins, and the leaves, waiting patiently for you to remember. If you feel the undeniable pull to reclaim this hidden historical heritage, to reject the decay of the modern age, and to transform your health through the buried secrets of the earth, you must take action. Join our growing, awakened community. Subscribe to Lone Oak Remedies right now, and together, let us rediscover the ancient path to a body meticulously rebuilt and a spirit fiercely renewed.